So today I'm starting my so last week I made an introduction of like an intro to my I'm so excited. Sorry. Last week I made an introduction for my figure cake series, like the number cake series. So today I'm starting with a number 9. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to do a number 9 cake. Yes. So if you want to see how that goes, stay tuned and keep watching. So guys, today we're going to be using a round cake. You can use maybe an 8-inch or a 9-inch or a 10-inch depending on how big you want your figure cake to be. Today I'm going to be using a 6-inch cake. Yes. Yeah, and I baked a chocolate cake, so we're going to divide that into 2 equal parts. It's important for this part to be equal because that way no part is higher than the other, if that makes sense. And that way your cake looks well put together, like seamlessly. It will look like you joined it, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so then you need a round cutter, and what you want to do is you do not want to cut out too much, yeah, because I don't like to waste cake. So you just want to cut out just enough so it can look like a 9. Basically you want to make a hole in the middle, so I'm going to look for what size is going to fit. So I decided to use this size. It's not so big and it is not so small. You want it to actually look like a 9, and you don't want to waste too much of your cake. That's why. So now we're going to make a hole in the middle and make sure it is right in the center. No part is higher or wider than the other, so that your cake can look like well planned. So that's what we're going to do. So once we make an imprint with this round cutter, we're going to take maybe a sharp knife, but in my case I didn't have a sharp knife. It's better if you use a skinny knife, kind of, but I used a palette knife. So I took this palette knife and then I'm going to like gorge out the middle. Is that real English? Anywho, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to pull out that middle, yes, for both sides of the cake. And then we're going to do this side, and then we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So while I do that, guys, if you want to win this cake, yeah, if you watch this point, yes, it means you want to win this cake. So all you have to do is I'm going to post something on my Instagram story. All you have to do is repost it on your story as well, and comment right under this post, right underneath this video, done. Yeah, just comment done, and then by morning I'm going to pick, by Saturday morning, this is Friday evening, yeah, by Saturday morning I'm going to pick the winner and send it to you. And don't worry if you do not win, I have like 9 more of this case, because I'm going to do 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 0. Yes, so everybody's going to have something to win. So do that, and then I'm going to pick randomly. I'm going to pick a winner randomly. So guys, this giveaway only applies to people that live in Ukraine, yes, regardless of what city you live in. So if you live in Ukraine, all you have to do is repost the thumbnail of this video. I'm going to post it on my Instagram story and stuff. Repost it on your story, and then comment done right underneath this picture, right underneath this video. You can comment done, or you can comment done with kisses, whatever you want. Just do whatever you want. Just make sure you comment done underneath this video. And then I'm going to pick randomly and send the cake to you. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is divide this other one into 2 equal halves. And notice what I'm doing. I'm going to invert it and try to fit it onto that 9. But if you notice, it's not fitting seamlessly, so we're going to have to improvise and look for what else to do to it. So what I'm going to do right now is take some of that cake again and try to cut out some part to fit into that hole that we have, so it can look like a 9, like a real 9. It doesn't look like you're just joining it together. So now I'm going to take this and try to fit it into that hole. So this is too big, and then I'm going to reduce it even further and try to fit it. Yeah, what you want to do is make it look like an actual 9. You don't want it to look like a G. Yeah, you want it to look like a 9, and when you invert it, it should look like a 6. Yes, that's what we are trying to do. I think it looks a little bit okay here, but we still have to do some adjustments to it. Yeah, and usually when I have tiny parts to adjust like this in a cake, what I like to do is take like some soft crumbs of the cake and then use some buttercream to glue it to the cake I'm working on. Does that make sense? Okay, let me show you what I'm trying to do. Yeah, right now I'm going to cut a little part of this cake. Yeah, so I can fit that little part into that space that we have, and I'm going to fit it and like it will hold with buttercream. So let me show you guys. I'm going to take some buttercream right now and I'm going to put it on there to the place where I want to fit that little part so it can look seamless like a real 9. So I'm going to put that and then really stick it in so that it can fit and stay. Yeah, it will stay put that way. Trust me, it won't go anywhere, and it won't look rough or anything by the time we're done decorating this cake. So now I think it's beginning to look like a 9, but that angle is still too curved. So I'm going to take my knife. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm going to take my knife and cut out the other edge away. I'm going to cut out a little bit. I feel like it's still too long. It kind of looks like a G, not like a 9, if you guys understand me. Okay, I think it looks okay. Okay, now I think I'm going to cut out a little bit more. Okay, so what I did here was I cut out a little bit more from the tip so it can look more like a 9. Yes, that's what I did, so that when you invert it, it will look like a 6 seamlessly. It won't look like you're trying too hard, basically. Okay, yeah, so that's all we have to do, and now we have a 9 or a 6. See how easy it is. So actually I'm not going to do for 6, I'm just going to do for 9. And when you do something like this on a cake, it's best you stick it together. Don't forget to stick it together with buttercream or with ganache, whatever medium you're using. Today I'm using buttercream, so I'm sticking the edges together with buttercream. So now I already cleaned up my cake board as well as my table. Now this is a 6 when you invert it. This is what I'm going for. Yes, and now when you turn again, this is a 9. Yes, so you can make a 6 or a 9 with the same thing. It just depends on like which part you're turning to yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going to put some buttercream clusters on my cake, and it is going to look all pretty. And today we're going to use cream, gray and black, or cream, gray and darker gray. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to first pipe some rosettes with you can use different piping tips as long as you have different style piping tips. There are no formulas to this, depending on what piping tip you have. Just make sure they are stars and they have like different edges to them. There, yeah, you can use that for these clusters and they'll look pretty regardless of which one you have at home. So what you have to do at this point is just to fill in the extra spaces we have, and you want it to look as uniform as possible. I didn't want it to be too dark, so I tried to add a lot of cream colored buttercream and then some gray as well. So once we are done with these, guys, okay, before I go to that, if you want to see how I make my Swiss meringue buttercream, it is amazing and it is so nice. It is not extremely sweet and it is very easy. You don't need a thermometer or you don't need a double boiler. In my video I showed you guys how to make an easy Swiss meringue buttercream that is easy and fluffy and perfect and pipes like a dream every single time. I know, guys, I preach this buttercream like it is the gospel. Yes, because it is the gospel, I promise you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put the link right up here. It says click on me. Yeah, click on that. It's going to take you to my easy Swiss meringue buttercream. It is the best buttercream in the world, and I'm not even exaggerating, seriously. Okay, guys, so now we're going to take the last tip, which is the tiniest tip, and then we're going to fill in the empty spaces that we have. This tip kind of brings things together. Those tiny spaces that those bigger tips can't get into, that's what we're going to use this tiny tip for. I don't know the name of the tip or the number, but you can use for these buttercream clusters, whatever tip you have at home is fine. Just make sure you have like 3 or 4 different types so you can fill in the extra spaces that you have, so everything can look well covered and there won't be gaps where there are no buttercream or gaps where you can see your cake peeping through. That's not what you want. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe right now and click on like and like my video. Okay, so after this I'm going to do an 8 and then a 7. I'm not going to do a 6 because of course you guys can see how to do a 6 from here. All you have to do is invert it, and then I'm going to do a 5 and then a 4 and then a 2 and a 1. So, and for every of those cakes I'm going to give them away free of charge to you guys. So if you want to win one of these cakes, if you don't win this one, you're going to win the next one. Just stay tuned and keep watching and turn on post notifications so that every time I post something you get it first, and then you can partake in the giveaway and win a free cake. So thank you so much, guys. Right now I'm accessorizing. If you know, like, If you follow me on Instagram, you're going to know like I like gold, I like to put accessories on my cake, I like it to look really nice and well put together. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm using chocolate and some pretzels and some, what's that, like Maltesers. Yeah, that's what I'm using, and I cover them in gold dust. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you stay tuned with me for the next one so you can win nice beautiful things. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Okay, what I'm doing right here is I'm writing happy birthday down here. Happy birthday down here kind of implies that it is a 9. If you turn it the other way and clean that happy birthday and write it in the other direction, it kind of shows you as a 6, girl. So it depends on what you want and how you want to do. You can use it as a 9 or as a 6. So thank you guys. I feel like I'm ranting on, like rambling on and on and on, whatever. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye. I love you guys.